Representatives from financial institutions in member countries of the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union began a two-day dialogue at the inaugural conference with financial institutions at the Sir Cecil Jacobs Auditorium of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. The 7th and 9th November ECCB Coordinated Conference is being held under the theme, A Region for the Future, Charting New Pathways in an Era of Disruption. Over 100 financial executives are attending the inaugural forum, which replaces the annual conference with commercial banks. The new forum attracts a broader cross-section of the financial institutions operating within the ECCU, including credit unions and insurance companies. ECCB Deputy Director Trevor Brathwaite explains why the ECCB has made the change.
The central bank is responsible for financial stability in the ECCU. So that includes not only commercial banks, but all other financial institutions that operate in the ECCU, even though they're not licensed by the central bank. But we have an overall superintendent role, if you want to call it, for all financial institutions because we're interested in financial stability. So the idea is that we now formally invite these institutions to our annual conference. As you indicated, it used to be only for commercial banks or licensees. But because of the growing importance of these financial institutions, particularly credit unions, insurance companies, and the like, we thought it prudent to now have them sit at the same table as the commercial banks and contribute to the discussions within the financial sector. So that is the reason why now we have included these institutions into our annual conference, and hence the name change.
Several issues will be discussed during the inaugural forum, including topics such as banking medical cannabis, far-fetched or feasible, and the ECCB digital currency, risk and rewards. During a closed session, a presentation will be made on the recommendations for enhancing banking services for the blind and visually impaired. Glenn Bard for SKN Newsline. An expected legal challenge by gay rights organization, the Castries-based Eastern Caribbean Alliance for Diversity and Equality, ECADE, is being viewed by the Team Unity government as another example of a country that allows anyone to access the court. According to ECADE, legal challenges in Barbados and several OECS countries, including St. Kitts and Nevis, can be expected by year-end. EK's Executive Director, Kenita Plessade, said communities need to understand how the colonial laws now contribute to hate speech, discrimination, and violence against LGBT individuals. Meanwhile, St. Kitts and Nevis' Attorney General, Vincent Byron, has indicated that the government will look forward to the interpretations of the court on this matter, as there are no common law examples that provide guidance.
This is a matter that has not been on the priority or on the agenda of the cabinet, of the Team Unity administration, but is one in which we would have to see whatever such a challenge comes and how the court would respond to that. I think it's important to emphasize that rights are enshrined in our Constitution, a number of rights. And from time to time, the courts do lay down certain guidelines as to how individuals should be treated in our societies. This is not a matter that has been defined by our common law, by other cases. And we look forward, if that's the case be, to have some sort of elucidation by the courts when we do so.
It is clear, however, that the government will stay clear of controversial approaches and are not in a hurry to change the colonial laws governing gay relations. Glenn Bard for SKN Newsline.
At Nagico, the things that matter to you matter to us. Like knowing you're fully covered after an accident. The security of your home and everything in it that means so much to you. And knowing that even when the weather does its worst, you and your family are covered. At Nagico, we're about much more than just insurance. We're about the big things and the small things that mean everything.
Meridian Medical Pharmacy is the best place to get your pharmaceutical products. We make filling prescriptions easy. Our well-stocked pharmacies are ready to serve you. Check us for medical supplies, skin products, supplements, and so much more. Ask about flu vaccines. At Meridian Medical Pharmacy, we are focused on offering a professional, personalized pharmacy experience. Our service is personal, compassionate, and friendly. Located at our state-of-the-art medical facilities at the corner of South Independence Square Street and Adlam Street, downtown Bastyr, St. Kitts. And now we have a new branch on Frigate Bay Road in the Sugars Complex. Call 465-5096 and 465-3306 or email pharmacy@meridianmedcons.com. Visit Meridian Medical Pharmacy today and experience professional customer care and fast prescription fill-in service. Meridian Medical Pharmacy.
With St. Kitts and Nevis already leveraging a niche in heritage tourism, any modernization of the capitals of both islands will have to take this into account, according to Senator Wendy Phipps. Responding to a question on the government's plans to modernize the capitals and keep them competitive within the tourism industry, Senator Phipps said that modernization of the capitals must build on the existing and successful track record based on heritage tourism. However, Phipps indicated that modernization of the capitals must involve several stakeholders and a dialogue on the way forward, with heritage tourism remaining a key factor.
It is something that the government would like to sustain. It is for the good of the country, for the good of our uniqueness as a tourist destination, and at the same time to indicate that yes, while the modernization is taking place, the government will not be making any of these moves without proper consultation and buy-in from the stakeholders. And there are several stakeholders that immediately come to mind. For example, the Chamber of Industry and Commerce in terms of the beautiful Bastyr project, which as a former employee of the Chamber of Commerce you know very well about, which is geared towards preservation and promotion of that architectural heritage, the use of pastels, the use of fretwork, etc., gingerbread trims, everything else. In Nevis, we would have leveraged a similar development in terms of charm in Charlestown, so both projects work in tandem. Then, of course, the two other stakeholders would be the National Trust and the Nevis Historical and Conservation Society, because it doesn't make sense planning out a future for these two historic towns without their involvement and their inclusion.
Senator Phipps also showed that attention is being paid to issues of access for persons with disabilities.
I also happen to know that by virtue of the establishment of the Urban Revitalization Committee, which is part of the Public Works Ministry, that attention is being placed to improvement in terms of the building codes as it relates to those government buildings as well as private entities which offer services to the public, so that we can ensure that persons with disabilities, those with mobility issues, those needing wheelchairs can access these places without impediment. So it is a work in progress, but whatever is done will have to be done with consultation and be done tastefully, so that we do not end up with a sort of cacophony, for want of a better term, in terms of architecture, in terms of build-out, that causes us to lose all of the advantages that we already have from the standpoint of heritage, from the standpoint of niche marketing, from the standpoint of cultural preservation.
Phipps said the general public and the media will also be consulted in any future modernization of the capitals of Charlestown and Bastyr. Glenn Bart for SKN Newsline. Any future modernization of Charlestown and Nevis in general will be steeped in the strong historical heritage of the island, said Nevis's Premier Mark Brantley. But Brantley believes that the development of the island's capital is about serving the people of Nevis as a priority, and secondly, to keep Nevis competitive in the niche market of tourism. The Premier indicated that the unsuccessful attempt to have Charlestown designated a UNESCO Heritage City had several positive spin-offs and are now being pursued, as part of the development of Charlestown and Nevis in general.
But while that didn't succeed, I think the process was useful because they've now identified sites such as the Bath Hotel and some of the churches we have in Nevis, such as the Cottle Church, the ruins of the Cottle Church, which they feel can become World Heritage locations as well. And so we are now working on tweaking what we were seeking to do to get UNESCO to look at it. And I think, as you all know, St. Kitts Nevis now has a position within UNESCO, and I want to commend the Honourable Sean Richards because he lobbied very hard for that position. So we, in terms of heritage, I think in Nevis, if you come over and you look at New River, the Open Museum we now have there, you look at our Heritage Village, you look at Charlestown, which we're seeking to preserve, you look at the Bath Hotel and the Bath Stream, we look at Eden Brown, where they say the ghosts come out at particular times, so I try my best not to go there. But if you want to go there, Eden Brown is also being preserved and developed. And so we are creating this, as I said, primarily for us, because I think our people need to recognize the value of our heritage, and then secondarily for those who visit.
Mark Brantley, Premier of Nevis, Glenbard for SKN Newsline.
Now you can have SKN Newsline on the go. Introducing SKN Newsline Android mobile app. Search SKN Newsline in the Google Play Store. Download the app free and stay up to date with TV news in St. Kitts and Nevis in the palm of your hands. With this app, you can watch your news reports, watch our live news feed on SKN Newsline TV, engage with us and other app users in the chat room, look at our special features, send us news tips, and call us directly. It's news on the go. The SKN Newsline Android mobile app. Download it free today.
Banners, commercial signs, decal printing, canvas prints, license plates, posters. We at Multigraphics are dedicated to providing quality products and service to our customers. Our team takes pride in the craftsmanship and is passionate about its work. Every job, large or small, is important. Most of our customers come to us through referrals. That's because our number one priority is service. We serve a wide variety of customers, such as restaurants, retail stores, manufacturers, trucking companies, and many more. Our capabilities include design, production, and installation. How can we help? We are located at Bird Rock at the Woods Right compound. Call us at 869-763-1511 or 784-491-7599. Multigraphics.
Online radio has never been this great. It's Voice of the Caribbean Radio at voiceofthecaribbean.net. Tune in for Caribbean music and programs, news, sports, entertainment, vibrant discussions, and much more. Tune into programs like Get Up Mornings with Carl D. Springett, live on weekday mornings. Let's Talk St. Kitts and Nevis with Andre Huey. The Caribbean News Hour and The Quiet Storm with Magic Man. Tune into great music to inspire you each day, only on Voice of the Caribbean Radio at www.voiceofthecaribbean.net or on our Android mobile app in the Google Play Store. Just search Voice of the Caribbean. We're also on TuneIn Radio. Voice of the Caribbean Radio, reaching the Caribbean and beyond. Check our website for program listings.
For all your printing needs at top-notch quality, go to Digital Print Plus, located on Princess Street, Bastyr, St. Kitts. At Digital Print Plus, you get the best in business cards, letterheads, envelopes, wristbands, tent cards, rack cards, flyers, brochures, logo designs, posters, photos, architectural designs, 3D renderings, and so much more. Digital Print Plus gives you the best quality at competitive prices. Contact us at 767-7468 or email digitalprintskn@gmail.com or follow us on Facebook at Digital Print SKN. Digital Print Plus, for all your printing needs at the best quality.